Hello everyone, you're welcome to the MassApp DH Engineering Challenge. This is the second episode. My name is Akoto Bless and I'm going to be the quiz master for this challenge. We have our second contestant here who is going to tell us his name, his program and year.
My name is Emmanuel Apechi, Mechanical 2.
Okay, Emmanuel, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so this competition has 4 rounds, round 1, round 2, 3 and 4. The first round is general knowledge in engineering. The second round is pick and solve. The third round is true or false, and then the final round is the practical round. So we are going to start with the first round, but before we start, I'm going to present the contestant with 20 new exercise books. So if he gets a question wrong, I'm going to pick an exercise book from him. The number of exercise books remaining at the end of the competition belongs to him. So without wasting much time, we are going to start with the first round. You have 30 seconds to answer non-calculation questions and you have 60 seconds to answer calculation questions. Your first question. What is the SI unit of frequency?
Hertz.
Okay, that's correct. The second question. What is a conductor? Give an example.
A conductor is any material that allows heat or electricity to pass through it. And an example would be copper and aluminium metal.
Okay, that's correct. So the third question. What is torque? And give its SI unit.
A torque is what the force times what perpendicular distance that causes a rotational motion. And its unit is Newton meter.
Okay, that's correct. The fourth question. You have 60 seconds to start producing your answer. An object starts from rest and accelerates uniformly at 4 meters per second squared. How far does it travel in 6 seconds?
Please, can you repeat the question again?
Okay. An object starts from rest and accelerates uniformly at 4 meters per second squared. How far does it travel in 6 seconds? Okay, Manu, your time is up. So you couldn't give me the correct answer, so I'm going to take one exercise book from you. The last question for this round. Define density and specific weight.
Density is what the mass per unit volume of a substance or of a body. Whilst the weight is what the specific weight is weight per volume of a body.
Okay, so that's the end of round 1. So at the end of round 1, I have just a book and Emmanuel has 19 books. So we're going to proceed to the second round with that number of books, which is the pick and solve round. Okay guys, so we are now at the second round of the challenge. So in this round, we are going to present the contestant with 3 sets of questions, 2 from his favorite subject and then 1 from his challenging subject. Emmanuel said his favorite subjects are strength of materials and fluid mechanics, and his challenging subject is dynamics of mechanics. So we are going to give him the chance to pick from these 3 sets of questions. The one that he's going to pick, we are going to ask him those questions. So Emmanuel, you can choose one. Okay, so let's see what you pick. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, so Emmanuel picked dynamics of solid mechanics. So you are going to ask him 5 questions from this course. Okay, so Emmanuel, your first question. What is the SI unit of angular acceleration?
The SI unit is rads per second square.
Okay, that's correct. The second question. What is the difference between linear motion and rotational motion?
Okay, a linear motion is the motion of a body moving from one point to another in a straight line. While rotational motion is when a body is moving in a circular form on its own axis.
Okay, I'm going to give you that. That's correct. The third question. State Newton's third law of motion.
Okay, Newton's third law of motion states that to every action there is equal and opposite reaction.
Okay, that's correct. The fourth question. Why is it hard to walk on ice?
Okay, on ice there is less friction on the surface of the ice, so it makes it difficult for someone that is walking to keep his balance when he is walking, so it becomes very hard for the person to walk.
Okay, that's very correct. The last question for the round. If you double the mass of an object but apply the same amount of force, what happens to its acceleration?
This can you come again with the question?
Okay, if you double the mass of an object but apply the same amount of force, what happens to its acceleration? Okay, so your time is up. The acceleration will be halved. Okay, since acceleration equals force over mass. Okay, you get it. Alright, so I'll pick one exercise book from you. Okay, so at the end of the second round, I have 2 exercise books and Emmanuel has 18 exercise books. We are going to proceed to the true or false round. Okay, so Emmanuel, in this round, I'm going to ask you 5 questions and you have 30 seconds to give your answer. I'm going to read the statement. If it is true, you say true. If it is false, you say false. Okay. The first question. In a series circuit, the voltage across each component is the same. True or false?
That is false.
Okay, that's correct. In thermodynamics, heat always flows from a colder object to a hotter one. True or false?
This can be the question.
In thermodynamics, heat always flows from a colder object to a hotter one. True or false?
That is false.
Okay, that's correct. The third question. In mechanical engineering, torque is a measure of linear force. True or false?
That is false.
Okay, that's correct. The fourth question. In fluid mechanics, turbulent flow is more predictable than laminar flow. True or false?
That is true.
No, that's false. Laminar flow is smooth and predictable. Turbulent flow is chaotic. So the answer is false. So I'll pick one more book from you. Okay. The last question for this round. The integral of e to the power x is e to the power x plus c. True or false?
This can repeat the question.
Okay. The integral of e to the power x is e to the power x plus c. True or false?
That is true.
Okay, that's true. Correct. So at the end of the third round, I have just 3 books and Emmanuel has 17 books. So we are going to proceed to the final round with the number of books that Emmanuel has. Okay, so we are now at the final round, which is the practical round. So we are going to give you a task to perform within 3 minutes. If you are not able to finish within the 3 minutes, you can buy time with an exercise book. With the first one, I'll give you the chance to buy 3 minutes with 3 exercise books. And if you're not able to finish by then, I'll give you the chance to buy 2 more minutes with 2 exercise books. Do you agree?
I agree.
Alright, so the task is to design and build a simple object detection system that can detect how close an object is. It is supposed to visually indicate the distance level using 3 different LEDs. Add a sound alarm system that will beep when the object gets too close. You have to use the provided components from the kit and you have to choose the appropriate ones and connect them correctly. Upload the provided code to your microcontroller. Review the code carefully for errors and pay close attention to the pin configurations. Ensure they match your circuit connections. Your 3 minutes starts from now. Okay, so Emmanuel, your time is up. The 3 minutes is up, but you are not done. So would you like to buy 3 more minutes, which will cost you 3 exercise books?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Emmanuel, your time is up. You want me to give you a tip and then give you 2 more minutes? Then I'll take 2 exercise books from you.
Okay, I would like to take 2 more minutes.
Without the tip? Okay. Then I'll take 1 exercise book. After the 2 minutes, if you're not done, that means your time is up. Alright, so Emmanuel, your time is up. You were able to get the connections right, but you couldn't demonstrate to us what we wanted you to. So because of that, I'm going to take 2 exercise books from you and I'll explain to you the changes I made in the code. So from the code, what I did was, yes, you got it. You were almost getting it, but I didn't get it within time. The yellow LED is supposed to be output, but I set it to input. So you're supposed to change it to what? Output. Do you get that? And then the trigger pin is supposed to be output, but I set it to what? Input. So those were the 2 mistakes you're supposed to identify in the code and upload for your system to work, but you couldn't identify them. That's why your system didn't work. So you couldn't build the system, but I'm going to give you a chance to complete it based on me showing you where the problem is, but you're not going to get anything for that. Then from there, I'll ask you 3 questions. If you get them wrong, I'll pick an exercise book from you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so guys, we gave him some few minutes to complete his project, but he's not going to get any mark for that because his time was up. So now he's going to demonstrate to us what he was supposed to do. So Emmanuel, tell us about your project or your task.
Please, the task is to design a circuit that can help to determine the distance, how close something is approaching. So in terms of designing it, you need an Arduino Nano, 3 LEDs, 3 resistors, wires, a buzzer, and the ultrasonic sensor. And so the ultrasonic sensor, the way it works is that it sends out signals. So when it hits the object, it returns back the signal for the echo to receive it. So when the echo receives it, sends to the Arduino board to interpret it. That's when it calculates the distance. So how to calculate the distance is for what the echo receives, that the time will be multiplied by what the speed of sound divided by 2. That gives us what the distance. So if an object is far, the green light, the green LED will tell you that what the object is far. If it's coming close, the yellow light will also show you that what the object is coming close. But when it is too close, that's when the red LED will inform you that, together with the buzzer, that will give you a sound or alert someone that what the object is too close.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so what real world application can you think of for this object detection system?
For this object detection system, you can help us in what parking system, helping in parking vehicles. When you are parking, the red light can inform the user that the person is where you are parking. Maybe it is not safe, or you are getting closer to something that will cause damage to the car. Or when it is green, it tells you that you are safe. How you are parking can guide you in parking. And also for security system, you can be employed in security system to detect the presence of someone or an object which is approaching.
Okay, yes, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So at the end of the round 4, I think you have 11 books, right? So the 11 books now belongs to you. So Emmanuel, thank you for taking part in this competition. We are going to give you a diary and a set of screwdrivers for taking part in the competition. Thank you very much for watching this video. To subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and also like the video and share. See you in the next episode.